Hey, I'm Sarah, and a couple of years ago, I was inspired by an Annika Victoria video where she wore only clothes that she'd made for a week. And she recently redid this, and I commented on there that I'd made a lot of clothes in lockdown, and perhaps I should have a go at doing that challenge myself. And she commented back, "Do it!" So this week, I am going to be doing it as encouraged. So I've got all of my clothes out into not like a super neat clothing rack like she has. I've just hung it over this dressing screen in the spare room. And yeah, I'll show you around the wardrobe and let you know what the rules are that I'm going to be following. And I will give you little updates every day for what I'm wearing for a week. So, this is the wardrobe. I've sort of organised it a little bit. So we've got underwear and socks kind of in this spot. I've got kind of masks and things up top because for like COVID times. And then I've got kind of accessories like hats and scarves and things here. Got a single bag. And then I've organised it kind of like tops, bottoms. Oh, it's gone really dark. Bottoms are sort of in this bit, so like skirts, trousers, that sort of thing. Jacketsy, jumpersy, outerwear sort of stuff over this bit. And then like anything that's full body is along here and down here. So like dresses and onesies and stuff like that. So my rules for this week are going to differ slightly to Annika's. Because I am terrible in the mornings, I will be showing you what I'm wearing the night before, and I've got my lovely skeleton model here. So in theory, I will probably be dressing up that skeleton, or they will just be kind of holding the clothes I'm going to be wearing. And I'll be talking you through what my decisions are for wearing the next day, because if I try to film stuff in the morning, you just get my like really croaky morning voice and sleepy face. So yeah, my rules are that I'm going to not repeat any items. I have given myself some leeway. So with socks and underwear, I'm going to try my best. I haven't made any bras. I've made some sports bras, so I'll be wearing those. But I only have about 4 days of socks and pants, and obviously a week has more than 4 days in it. So I'll switch from regular, from homemade pants to sort of regular pants. I am also allowing myself a few items of additional clothing. So a regular bra, because although I have the sports bras, I think that some of the tops just wouldn't work with a sports bra, and I wouldn't want to not be able to wear that because I didn't have a bra to go with it. The same with a pair of plain black leggings and tights, so that I can take advantage of the skirts that I've got, some of which are quite short, and also a camisole top, just in case the top's like a little bit too short or anything, because I am filming this in England in the winter, unlike Annika, who's been filming like in spring in Australia. So those are my rules. No repeats, and I'll come back with my first outfit in a minute. Okay, so skeleton model is on limited value. Turns out when you don't have flesh, it's really hard to put garments on you. So tomorrow's activities are mostly going to be around the house, and I don't really need to be very professional or anything like that. I'm not going into work. I do have a Zoom meeting with a professional contact who I haven't met before, but I think the outfit isn't too wild. So a little bit more wild than I'd want to wear into work, but not so crazy that it'll look super weird on a Zoom call. So I have this dress, which I made after seeing Cursed, the TV show on Netflix, which I don't rate super highly, but I really liked Nimwe's dresses. She was the main character. So it's got these big silly bell sleeves, which I highly approve of. And it's kind of just a long, not fitted dress. So to make it look a bit more fitted, I'm going to add this corset over the top of it, which is blue with a little bit of red piping. It's got red boning channels, so it's reversible. But I'm going to wear it in its slightly plainer form with this dress. I think that'll work nicely together. I usually wear it with a bought corset, but I'm going to wear it with one of the ones I made. I made both of these in lockdown. This one before I'd bought a new sewing machine, and this one after. So this was machine stitched, and this is hand stitched. I am going to be going out to see my best friend to do some crafting, where we sit outside and really far apart from each other just for our like sanity. So it's our weekly meetup. So I shall be wearing a mask. I may also have to go to Tesco, so I shall wear the same mask. This is one that I made out of wire. It's got some like curtain lining on the inside that's just cotton. And it's got coat hanger wire in the beak, and then it's just this black satin which I got from the local scrap store where I got a whole load of fabric in September, and I've just been working my way through it, and it's been great. I should also be wearing this hat since I'm going outside. It's got ear flaps. This was inspired by Bernadette Banner's one. It's basically just copying what she did, so it's sort of a witch's hat, but it's a little bit floppy. And it's lined in green with a little silver ribbon because I'm still a Slytherin. And I'll be wearing this scarf, which technically I didn't make, but my best friend made it. And since I've made her enough things, I think for one piece I can go with something that she made, because I bought her the yarn for it as well, and I have made like triangle scarves and then like I've gifted them as well, so I think that's the one piece I'm going that someone else has made for me. It counts, whatever, they're my rules. And then I shall be wearing a pair of pants that I made out of long socks. So these are a thong. I did that from copying the pattern. So the thing about copying your own wardrobe. So I just grabbed a thong from like Sainsbury's or Marks and Spencer's that I already had and copied it out to make the pattern. And then copied it into the stretchy sock material. A pair of red socks that I've knitted because I am dressing for warmth tomorrow because I'm going to be sat outside. And also these leggings which I made. Which I knitted a few years ago, and they make really nice. They're basically just thermals. They're just really nice thermal. I put a waistband. I put a little drawstring in the waistband because they were a bit fally downy. Otherwise, they weren't very tight at the waist. So that's tomorrow's outfit. I won't be wearing all of the warm layers and stuff all day because I'll just be kind of sitting around the house. So I'll have the socks and the dress and the corset on all day, and it's a comfortable corset, so I know I can wear it all day. And then I'll pop on the other various bits of outerwear if I need to go out of the house at all. I may also, I think I've got enough jumpers that I can wear jumpers and stuff every day, so I may also add a jumper in later from my selection of jumpers. I'm probably also going to add a coat. I haven't made any coats and I haven't made any shoes, so I will also be adding those to my general repertoire because I'm not going to suffer for this. If I need to put on a hoodie at some point in the week and I don't have a hoodie, I'm just going to put one on. I'm not suffering for this challenge. So yeah, that is my day one outfit. Slightly mad medieval plague doctor witch. I think that's my aesthetic for 2020. So this is day one's outfit on my body. This is the kind of hanging out at home portion of it, so not super duper warm and cozy, but also like fine for being inside. I think the corset looks nice round this way. I think it's a little bit easier to hide some of the imperfections I've got on the other side, which is a bit of a shame because I designed this to be the inside. But yeah, I've worn this corset all day before, so I'm not expecting to have any particular issues around movement or breathing or anything. It's comfortable and it was made to measure, so because I made it for me. So it should be fairly comfortable. This is the dress, which I think is a little bit of probably the best dress that I've made. It's completely shapeless without the corset on, but it has pockets, and it kind of goes all the way down to the floor. Angle the camera so you can see that. It goes well all the way down to my ankles, and those are the socks that I've made. So I'm in 100% me-made clothes. Let's see if I can cheekily show you the underwear. I think that's probably safe enough to get past people's sensibilities and nudity check. I haven't worn this corset with this dress before, and it's giving me like slightly orientally vibes actually, which wasn't the intention, it sort of just happened, but it's giving me lots of kimono-y feels as opposed to the kind of medieval badass which I don't want to go for. So this is the at-home bit for telling the dog off for barking in the garden, which may or may not have just shown up in the audio, and for just kind of doing some research. And then I've got a Zoom call, and then later I'll be going out for, probably need to nip to Tesco's and grab a couple of bits because we don't have some stuff that turned up at the weekend, and also I'll be going out to do some crafting, and because I'll be outside for that to try and keep everything as COVID safe as possible, I will be wearing some more clothing to try and keep warm. So there will be a not me made coat, but everything else will be sort of me made, so I will check back in then. This is a pretty good snapshot of what my life looks like at the moment in lockdown. Still on the corset. It's now about 3 o'clock in the afternoon and feeling fine and not bothered by it. Got some doggo hanging out in this situation, and I am working on my research. Writing it up, so nothing particularly exciting at the moment. Yeah, I didn't talk about the one of the better features of this dress is that Azafrel actually sits completely inside the sleeves. So if I want to put her in there, I can like hide her whole body. And she wasn't even that worried about it when I did it the first time. I just did it as a joke, and then she sat down and got comfortable. So yeah, you did. You did. Ruined my whole joke. I was expecting you to run out, and then I just had an arm I couldn't use. So yeah, I'll update again when I go out to go and do some crafting, and yeah, probably also have a trip to Tesco's later. Late afternoon, early evening, Sarah here. I am getting ready to go and see my best friend for our weekly crafting session, and because of COVID and trying to be nice and safe, we are in fact meeting outside. So I've chucked over, because it is the middle of winter here, I've chucked over this really big poncho-y thing. It was just going to be a poncho. It's got some little leafy details which I think are very difficult for it to show up, but kind of a cable leaf pattern. If I get really close you can see it like that. And that goes over these sleeve sections. The sleeves are open at the bottom, so it actually goes really nicely over the bell sleeves of the dress. It was just going to be like a poncho front, but then I quite decided I like the idea of it being a bit more of a cape, so that's what it became. And it's got a hood, so it is extra kind of big and snuggly, and I think it goes quite well with the overall aesthetic. And the clasp is very pretty. I added a button as well because I just needed it to be a little bit stronger than the original clasp. But this is from Historical Haberdasheries, who are very nice. I met them at a steampunk event over the summer. Also going to be adding this scarf, which, as I mentioned briefly earlier, I didn't make. My best friend made it, but I bought her the yarn and I've made similar things, so I think that one can count. I think this is the only item that I haven't actually made that she's made, so I figure for one cheat item it's fine. Also going to be chucking on a couple of other bits, so I'll be putting on this hat with ear flaps, which is kind of a little bit gets in the way when one is driving. It's soft enough, so it's not the worst, but I want to put my mask on before I put this on, and this one I definitely can't drive in, because I think it'll just take out far too much of my peripheral vision, but nicely it does go over my glasses. So I'll do another quick little vibe when I'm there, so you kind of see the full outfit. And I'm also going to be chucking this coat over the top, which I didn't make, but I need it because it's cold, and I'm not gonna suffer unnecessarily. I haven't made any coats, so I can't substitute in one of those. And the pièce de résistance is that this skirt being very big, I can move the camera, I don't need to move my legs. This skirt being very long means it hides the leggings which I am wearing, which I knitted. So they are nice, warm, thermal, knitted leggings. You can see the pants that I made that I flashed earlier, showing with a nice cable down the side. They make amazing thermals and they've been lovely under jeans or under other clothing. So hopefully that'll keep my legs nice and warm. Scarf and big coat, big jumper keeping me nice and warm, and then the coat over the top just to kind of keep any sort of wind chill out. And yeah, I'll quickly pop in sort of when I'm out, and you can see the gloves that I'm wearing as well. Okay. Hi. This is the full look with the mask. outdoor crafting session, and we've got a couple more Sarah inventions over here. So I've got these mittens so we could sit outside without our hands getting cold, and we also have Kirsty sporting the matching set, so we can both craft outside, and also some little cushiony numbers that I made, and it's way too dark to see them, but they are made of plastic bags and umbrella material, so that we can sit on the bench without our bums getting wet. So bonus homewares section that we wasn't expecting. Okay, so I am sans coat that I've just been into Tesco's, and I wanted to do a little update because I found a bag last night and I managed to get the project out of it. So this is a mixture of knitting and crochet for a project basket. I thought since I made it I'd use it as a shopping basket. I liberated the project out of it by finishing it last night. It only needed a little bit of work, so it was easy enough to do. Got a few looks. Got a lot, because obviously this is a weird look, and like I'm in a weird dress with a corset, and it's the whole outfit is pretty weird, but especially the beak mask. Probably less weird this year than if I'd worn it last year, any time other than Halloween. But yeah, I just wanted to like reflect on that. So like I think a couple of people gave me like weird looks or like what's going on, but so many more people than you might think didn't care. And I think that's something to keep in mind. I was a little nervous that the checkout lady was gonna say something, because I've had that before, and it's never nice to be like criticised in public. But she wasn't. She was very polite, and that was nice. I tried to smile at someone, and obviously they had no indication. So apart from being my usual normal smiley self, I had to, be this person hidden behind a beak. But I saw someone that also, just on my way out, was in a like full hazmat suit with like a big visor thingy with the brand bit on the edge. It looked kind of like modern, like it was maybe from B&Q, that type of thing. And he gave me like a really big thumbs up, and I like gave him a nod, and that was really nice. And actually, because that happened when I was just on my way out the door, when I walked past some people that were like staff in high-vis jackets that were like doing the trolleys or whatever, when I walked past them outside and they laughed, it was like, oh, they're laughing with me. Whereas I think if I'd been a bit nervous and had just had like a bad interaction, that would have been like, oh, they're laughing at me, and oh, what assholes. So if you are a person that likes to be weird and dress weird, and maybe dress in things that you're not sure about because you made them yourself and you love them but you're a little worried about how people are going to perceive you, as well as considering that you're going to really enjoy wearing the things that you're going to wear, and maybe you're going to have that negative, it does happen, and it is always shit when it does, like, know that the other weirdos that are around you that are also feeling self-conscious, you can actually be like a really nice person for them. So if you're dressed in some sort of super weird goth outfit, but it's something that you absolutely love, or some weird 18th century ball gown that you've made yourself, or a medieval dress with bell sleeves with a poncho and a giant beak mask, if you bump into someone else that's wearing something weird, you can be the kind of inspiration for that person, and you can share it, because your insecurities don't necessarily show on your face, especially when it's covered. But like the other person can be like, oh, I see that person and they're really confident and they're wearing what they want to wear, and maybe I can be like that as well. So thank you, anonymous man in the hazmat suit and gas mask who gave me the thumbs up today. And be the weird that you want to see in the world, and inspire the weird in other people. And I think you probably do that if you go out dressing in an unusual way and you don't realise it, because no one else will tell you that you've really inspired them. And I don't think we tell people that enough. So my mission for you today is, if someone has inspired you to be weird or go out on a limb or do something that makes you happy that you're insecure about, tell them, because I've had people tell me, and it's been amazing, and anytime I've told anyone, they've gone, I had no idea, thank you so much for telling me, and they've been so happy about it. So be the weird that you want to see in the world, inspire the weird in other people, and if somebody has inspired you, tell them. Okay, so it's the end of day one. It's about 10 o'clock at night, and I am still wearing the corset I put on this morning. None of my ribs have popped out, and I haven't fainted, so corset myth busted one more time. So as I said, I'm terrible in the morning, so I'm going to show you what tomorrow's outfit is. Footage for tomorrow is likely to be very, very sparse. I work in a NHS service, so I won't be able to film myself at work or anything, just on the very slim possibility that it breaks patient confidentiality. Might take my phone into the loo, see how I feel. So I'm going to wear an outfit which I've worn before to work only a few weeks ago, because this was a relatively recent make. And it's this grey dress. It's a sort of jersey stretchy number. I saw it on Facebook a while ago, something that looked like that, and thought, that'd be really neat to have. So I bought the fabric a while ago. I didn't have a sewing machine, so it's kind of sat there for months and months and months, and now I finally decided I'm gonna go for it. And it's got this big kind of cowl neck hood thingy, and it's got a bit of ruching on the side, so you can take it from the sort of really short slutty bit, which is what the Facebook advert had, to actually something that's fairly appropriate for work. So I'm going to be wearing that to work tomorrow. I just realised I will need a bra. Because this one comes up really high, I can just use one that comes up really high, so I will be wearing this navy blue sports bra, which looks black on the camera, but it's navy blue, and it's got a little detail in the back, this little crocheted cotton circle. This is an upcycle from a pair of pants. So they're like men's Y fronts. I cut the crotch out of following a little hack. So I used to wear them for pole dancing, and I'm going to wear them as a bra tomorrow. Depending on how covering it all looks, you might get a brief bit of footage of me in the morning showing that and like how that fits and how that looks. Pair of socksy pants, that's the same stuff that I'm wearing today, but just a different pair of socks, different colour. Feeling nice and gay in the rainbow scheme. And to go with the gay pants, I'm going to wear some bisexual socks. These are ones that I knitted. My friend and former work colleague came to my house for a party, and she wanted to bring me something, but she knows I don't drink alcohol. So she brought me a pack of yarn. So it was cotton yarn, and that's good for socks. So I made these socks, and they just happen to be in the nice bisexual colours. And it matches the bag that I made out of the same yarn. I made the socks first. I will also be wearing my amazing scarf. My best friend gave me the pattern and was like, you should make this. And so I did. It took like more than a year. It's double knit, but it's huge and it's lovely and it's so warm and snuggly, which is perfect because I have quite an early start on a Tuesday. So going out the house and you feel like extra chilly because it's early in the morning. So I will be wearing that. I'll be wearing my black leggings to keep the dress appropriate and also warm. And I'm going to be wearing this mask, which is the first one that I made. It's crocheted on the outside, and then I've lined it with like 4 layers of cotton. So that's nice and safe. I'll have to change it when I get in there because we need to have a trust one, but they make us change it every day. So I just wear that to get in and then change it when I get in there. So that is tomorrow's outfit. There may be blurry footage of me stumbling around my bathroom or kitchen in the morning, and then possibly a walking to work scene or walking back from work, and then maybe something in the evening. So not too much footage for tomorrow, but that's what the outfit's going to be. Good morning, day 2. I just wanted to show off, I think I captured some footage earlier of my dress and the sports bra and stuff. But this is just the rest of the outfit. This is the super big, so warm, cuddly scarf, which I knitted. It took like more than a year, but I absolutely love it. It's got big angel wings on it and it's double knit, so it's inverted. I realised I didn't necessarily show my mask. I think I spoke about it last night, I think. But there's an extra little feature in this dress, because I've made it this year in our times of plague. Or I've put some little loops in it, so I can then pull them up and have them cover my mask and have it match my dress. That one popped off. It's still kind of morning-y, so I've been up for a few hours now, but still kind of tired and stupid. I realise what I haven't shown. This is nice because it keeps my ears warm as well if I pull the hood up, but it works if I pull it back as well. But now I've got the scarf on, I kind of want to keep the hood up. What I didn't show was my little bag. So when I'm at work, I have to carry quite a lot of stuff around with me, like lunch, books, and I have to carry my own like audio recorder and things for client work. And it's just a whole load of paperwork and things. So I put all my little valuables in a little bag, which I crocheted, and it matches my socks. Try and wave it out. And it's that same yarn, it's that cotton. So yeah, there'll be no more footage now until this evening. I'm not going to film at work because of the possibility of breaching patient confidentiality. So off into the hospital for the day of therapy, and then I will be possibly back in this evening. I can't imagine I'm going to do anything more exciting than walking the dog, so I might see you this evening with tomorrow's outfit and nothing else. Bye. Hello, so it's Tuesday evening, so this is going to be day 3's outfit. I don't have to see anybody tomorrow, so it's going to be a day to dress really stupid. I call this look Woodland Fairy Nymph. It's going to consist of these. This is a Bernadette Banner inspired set of combinations. So the 1890s inspired underwear that was kind of a romper. So I'm sort of wearing it as that. It's got some nice inset lace, which is fun, and then it's like shorts at the bottom. Old 1890s, because it would go under a corset dress and all of that, would have the front open like guys' boxers, and you wouldn't wear anything underneath them. But I didn't do that because I didn't like the idea of trying to like use underwear in that way. It didn't feel like it was going to be comfortable for me. So mine are sewn, so basically a romper. And to make it even just harder to pee and more annoying, I'm going to put a corset over the top of it, which is a really nice look. Like aesthetically, it looks great, but I mean, you've got to undo all the buttons and look yourself out of the corset. This is the first corset I ever made. I made this a couple of months ago, so in lockdown. It's fully lined. It's entirely hand stitched. It took 2 weeks, and I did it over 3 weeks. So I did a week on, and then a week doing other stuff, and then a week on, and it was like a really intense week, like every day, all day, binge watching Once Upon a Time and whatever other series I was watching at the time. I found out recently this is called waterfall satin, and this one is going to be a fake, but yeah, it was a set of curtains, but that's something that Abby Cox was talking about in one of her sort of new videos, so that was quite fun to know what that is. I made this out of a really pale green material that I didn't really care about. It's curtains and the curtain lining, and it fits amazingly and looks really good, and it worked really well. I was expecting it to be really shit, so I made it out of like a material I didn't care about, thinking like, oh, and then that way it's shit, I won't care. But it looks really good. And it's all like boned with cheap zip ties and things as well, so it's like, oh no, it's amazing. And now I'm stuck with this corset that I don't particularly like the colour of, but you know, it's beautiful, wafy sort of fairy look. I shan't be showing these on, but these are a pair of knickers that I made. I just realised that the lace I used for this, because obviously it was a small piece, is also the lace I used to do the inset, so it's different to the stuff that's here, but this bit is the same, so they are super duper well coordinated. These have a funny story. So my friend Damien is a musician, and we were having a conversation, and it ended up with me saying about like throwing my underwear at him, and he was like, "Oh, that's never happened before," and I said, "I'll do that, and like every gig that I come to, I'll throw pants at you," and he was like, "Cool," and so I did for like a full year, at which point he was like, "Please stop, it's become too much," and like it was a really good way of getting rid of Christmas pants and those kind of pants that are really pretty and really uncomfortable. So if you get some that are like a scratchy lace, then those went into the drawer for being pants that would get thrown on stage at him. So I was going out to his gig in Oxford, and I didn't have any uncomfortable pants to throw, and I couldn't find anything that kind of fit the bill. So I thought I'll just make something. I'll make some of those stupid pants that you get when you buy corsets online that are just a triangle of material and a bit of floss, basically. Bum floss, G-string, lacy rubbish. So I made some, and then I was like, I really like those. I made them big enough to fit, put them on. I was like, that's actually really nice. So I made a second pair. So this is a part one of a set of two. And one of them is going to be on my butt tomorrow, and the other one is possibly in some back music room of Oxford or back of van or the bottom of a gig bag somewhere. I will be wearing these aren't socks, they're made of the same yarn as some of the other ones I had. These are little slippers, so they're a little bit easier to make than socks because they don't have a complicated heel turn. So there's a really nice pattern that I found online for these. And then they're kind of like a fake ribbed with kind of a little extra line on it. So they're quite cute. I kind of get a very Scandinavian feel, like a little elf. So it kind of goes with the woodland fairy elf feel. So those are going to be on my feet tomorrow. And it's going to be chilly. I'm going to chuck in my tights as a cheat item, which I did not make, but I think that'll make the whole outfit warmer. And something else that make the outfit warmer is this. So this is a shrug. And it was the first shrug that I made, and I bought the yarn for it as well, which is something I don't normally do. I don't normally buy yarn specifically for projects. I usually just kind of use what's in my stash. And it's got this cool cable on it all the way down it, and it was cool. And you just knit it as one long piece, and it gets wider in the middle and then shorter again, and then you sew the sleeves, which is the same way as I made the shrug that I'm wearing today, the pink one. And it came out really well, and I love it, and it's an amazing colour. So the theme of this, everything is hand stitched, and actually everything is the first that I've made of it. So these are the first slippers that I made using this pattern. I had made slippers before. The first corset, the first set of combinations, and the first shrug. And it's hand stitched, hand stitched, hand stitched, hand stitched, and actually I think the pants might have been machine stitched. But everything else new and hand stitched. So that's all very exciting. So see some footage of that tomorrow. Welcome to day 3 of the challenge. A day when I didn't have to see anybody, so I thought I am just going to be a woodland nymph. So I'm showing you my outfit from my little woodland retreat, i.e. the bottom of my garden. So I thought I didn't have to see anybody today, but I did have a therapy session. But my therapist said I look very nice, so there's that. So it's frilly 1890s reproduction Victorian underwear as inspired by Bernadette Banner. A corset from, I want to say Andrea, but that's not quite her name, Black, who makes free corset patterns. So this is Sonia, the first corset I ever made, and it came out looking so cool. A pair of tights, which I did not make. The easy slipper pattern, the ones I knitted this year in lockdown. And the first shrug that I made, which inspired later shrugs, which is the Dragon Rider shawl from the book of Geek Knits, which I got given by a lady in the local knitting group. And it's got this cable that goes the whole way around the back. So that's cute, like that. Hopefully it's not too dark to see. I'm also going to whack the corset off, as I need to every time I pee, so it's good that it's not too difficult to undo or anything. To show off some of the inset lace. Hook gets caught on your shrug. Just wanted to show the eaten by the bushes. Just wanted to show the inset lace. So there's this additional sort of 2 pieces of lace that splice into the bodice. So there's this piece here, which is under the bust, and that's the lace that matches the G-string. And then there's also this piece that kind of goes over the hip, and that goes all the way around, as opposed to these ones which kind of stop here at the inset. So that is my outfit for the day. I'll be wearing the corset all day. It's comfortable. It's a really nice shape as well. I really like how it just lifts the quite shapeless and baggy sort of underwear. It's upside down. See any downside? But yeah, I tend to find the underbust corsets more comfortable than the overbust corsets. I think as well because I don't have to deal with trying to fit my rather smaller bust in it. So yeah, and it is just starting to rain, so I'm going to go back inside and do crafting and reading and various little bits of homework for the rest of the day. Catch you later. Hey, so it's Wednesday night, so we're about halfway through the challenge now, and I think it's going pretty well. So this is tomorrow's outfit, which should be a fun one, and hopefully I will not be overheating. So we've got these socks, which are 75% wool, and I knitted them this summer. I bought the yarn on a whim, and so it's a self-striping sort of single yarn, which is cool, and they came out really well. So those are going to be on my feet tomorrow. Got these pants which I made a while ago. They're kind of like a red velvet. I've worn them out as like super short hot pants before, but they are really pants, and they're made off a pants pattern that I made from one of those like copy your wardrobe things. And yeah, I saw a tutorial online. I spent a while trying to get like the right kind of stretchy lace so that it wouldn't pop off and stuff. So that was the I think that was the second or third pair of like boy short pants I made with lace on. I have another sports bra, which is another one of those boy pants ones, and I've got one more of those. So the one I was wearing on Tuesday in that navy blue, this is the light blue from the same pack. I got like a 3-pack. This one's one of the ones I cut up a little bit more, so it's going to be some weird strappiness going on. And then the pièce de résistance is this work onesie which I made, which is complete and utter madness. So I saw online that someone made like a suit onesie, like a designer, not like just a crafter. And so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get a shirt and trousers, because at the time, like that's sometimes like when I'm in an office or something, that tends to just be what I wear, just shirt and trousers, and then it's kind of appropriately smart, and you don't really need to think about your clothes every day, and you can sort of just look like a fridge if you want to. So I made this guy. So I bought a shirt and I bought trousers from a charity shop. Found sort of ones that fit quite nicely. They're both men's, but I like the fit there. They fit my big pole dancing shoulders in there. Sewed them together. Took the buttons off of this side and sewed them onto the back. Got a zip. I made this onesie completely using one of the Annika Victoria tutorials. She made like a drop crotch onesie, so I had to bring the crotch up, so I had to like cut it and pick it and fit it around. I'm really proud of the neatness I did for lining this. So it comes all along the zipper and like all around the collar and stuff as well. So that's like a nice tidy lining, and then it is not attached at the ends of the cuffs or at the ankles. So because I thought I'm not going to be able to do that like well enough that then it'll sit flat, so it kind of sits a little bit by itself, so there's a little bit more flexibility, and I can roll the sleeves up and stuff because they're not too thick. And this is the warmest, snuggliest thing. So you can get away with kind of wandering around at winter, not even necessarily needing to wear a coat and stuff. And it's really good if you're sleepy in the morning because you just like underwear and then just zip yourself in, and it's a whole outfit and you don't have to find too much. So it's got 2 buttons at the top, so I can have it either open or I can button it up and have it all the way up. Just need to remember that when I'm trying not to have a wee in a hurry. And yeah, it's a complete polar fleece lining. So I made the lining separately and then I attached it in, sewed these guys together. So yeah, no one knows. Like, I've never had anyone go, what's up with your clothes? Like, what's up with your shirt and trousers? So that's going to be exciting for tomorrow. So I haven't worn it since not last winter, but the winter before. So it's been a couple of years since I've worn it to work because I've been sort of in different workplaces. But it is so snuggly, so I'm going to wear it tomorrow. And yeah, I'm in work in the hospital, so probably be limited vlogging again like it was on Tuesday. Okay, I will see you tomorrow. On my morning face. It is totally normal shirt and trouser combination with these funky socks I made. What? So that's the pants that I mentioned, and a sports bra, which is like much more cut out at the back and strappy and stuff. But yeah, fleece lined onesie. For what? Just zip yourself in and you're dressed for work. Yay! And it's super warm and snuggly because it's all lined with fleece. So I think I might grab one of my scarves or something for going into work, but I don't think I need a coat. Catch you later. There's one with no scarf and no coat. I completely forgot to mention I'm wearing another homemade mask. So this one's got a background of one of the hospital masks. We have to change ours every day, sort of at both trusts. So I kept hold of one of the old ones and just gave it a little fabric covering. So I'll have to change it when I get in because of hospital policies and stuff. But yeah, this one actually matches the corset that I made on Monday and is much bigger and bulkier and more Bane-like than I was expecting when I initially made it. So yeah, it's less the sleek number that I was hoping for and a bit more of a giant bulky mess, but it works and it's safe, so it's fine. So my day has ended and just taken Azrael for a walk. It's my dog. And I didn't put on any extra layers over this, so nice and super duper toasty. But I realised when I went into work that I've got an additional thing that I've made, which isn't clothing, but just point out some of the utility sort of homewares. And it is these guys. Partner talking to the dog. And I've got some loose leaf tea in here. And so I just stitched these and then I fill them with the loose leaf tea and take it in. And it's just a nice way to not have to carry a strainer. So I'm just emptying these and giving them a rinse. And then I'll just be chilling out for the rest of the evening, doing whatever and seeing if anyone's live streaming anything of note. I'll pop in later with tomorrow's outfit. So it's Thursday night and this is Friday's outfit, and it's very exciting because I've never worn it before. Apart from some photos, so it's going to be its first day of wearing. It's a 3-piece suit. I worked really hard on it. The mock-up jacket is here, so I made a jacket of this one. I don't make a lot of mock-ups, but I did for this because I thought it was going to be complicated. So I made a green jacket, and then when that went well, I made the real one. I got this amazing fabric from the scrap store, and I'm fairly certain it's upholstery fabric, but that meant that it was really thick, and it's got this slight iridescentiness to it. I will have to capture it in the light because it's completely gorgeous. It's navy blue and red, so it looks black and red, but it's navy blue, and it's slightly shiny and slightly matte and completely ridiculous, and it's just the right mixture of professional and circus tent. So I've really enjoyed today because the trousers and shirt that I sewn together are like men's clothing. The pockets are massive, so I really enjoyed having massive pockets. And this, because I made it, has pockets in everything, including in the cravat. So, which is the best things. This one's about big enough for a little pencil. So it's got one of those little Argos pencils in it. And then this one, I've put a nail varnish in it. It's like a size test to show that the pocket worked. But I'm sure that it could carry something much more sensible in it. So cravat, trousers. This is the waistcoat. And little waistcoaty pockets. And then this is the jacket. And it's only got outside pockets, so someone did remind me like I could have done inside pockets. But first time making like a big full-on lined jacket. Let's not complicate matters. So the jacket is lined, which is that super extra professional touch, which I haven't ever done before. As is the waistcoat. That's lined. The trousers aren't lined, but they wouldn't be anyway. And the cravat is lined as well. So it's all very like finished and done, and everything's hemmed and beautiful. I don't have a collared shirt, which I think would be the ideal thing to put with this. When I took some photos of it, I wore it with a black shirt, and I think that's how I would wear it just out in the world. So I have got this upcycle, which I did, which was just a regular collar shirt. It's a man's shirt, and I wanted to try my hand at kind of tailoring some things in for me to adjust the fit. So I did a side number, I did the sleeves off, and I cut the collar off, and I also put these darts in. You can see my inexperience of having put a dart directly into the pocket. You can still use it as a pocket, but I guess it really matches well with the pockets theme, but I don't know how it'll look with the lack of collar. So I will try it with this, and then if this looks really rubbish and doesn't make the whole outfit look nice, then I might use a cheat shirt and add that as just one extra little bit of cheaty items to my outfit. I thought I had run out of underwear, but when I was talking about the red kind of goth velvety pants that I'm wearing today, I said about having tried previous ones, and I was thinking, what did I make previously? And I did up a pair of pants. This is another like upcycle as opposed to a make from scratch. So just a regular pair of knickers, and I added some lace to them. So, I mean, this is barely an upcycle, but just a little bit of lace on there. And yeah, it's not stretchy lace, so that's why it's kind of quite wrinkly when it's down, and then it sits flat, and sometimes likes to fold over. But yeah, I thought it's better than just wearing a pair of pants that I haven't made at all, which would have been the other option because I've run out and I don't like going commando. And then this slightly fail sports bra. We'll see how it works as a regular bra. When I made the sports bras, they were to go over regular bras, so I could use them as pole dancing crop tops, basically. And this is just not wide enough, really. So this is the like chest part, and then it's got these elastic straps which go over the shoulders and cross. Yeah, not not wonderfully covering, but I can't remember if it was just like nipping that much or like it just didn't quite cover a bra, which would then be fine if it was just being worn by itself and not for vigorous exercise but just underclothes. So we will see how that looks tomorrow. I am just sat in lectures, and I am trying to, alongside this challenge, I've also been doing the challenge of wearing something that I made during lockdown in lectures every week, and this is something that they haven't seen that I've made during lockdown. So I've worn like these socks before and some of the other tops and things that you'll see later. But yeah, so this is, I'm very excited, I'm very proud of this one. Okay, I'll catch you tomorrow. Surprise bonus outfit. So I was sat around in the onesie I was wearing today, the like shirt and trousers, and it was just being a little bit uncomfortable to slouch in. One of the downsides of it being a onesie is that you like sit on it, and then like if you pull at this part, because you're like slouching, it kind of pulls this bit, and it was just being a little bit tight and restrictive, which is fine when you're at work, which is what it was designed for, and you're like sat kind of vaguely upright and stuff, so you're not like super mega slouching. But I was just trying to like slouch and do some crafting and stuff. and it was not working for me. So I thought, because I've planned out the rest of my outfits for the week, so I've got like an inkling of what I'm going to wear when. I thought these two items weren't going to get a wear otherwise, so bonus evening section. I'm not going out any night this week, so yeah. But this is a dress I made in lockdown with a little capelet that I made in like 2014 because I made it for like the first office job I had. Because I thought, oh, I can have it on the back of my, chair, and then if I get cold, it'll be like that big scarf that women in offices always have. So that's what that is. But this is a little dress I made inspired by Kula Priz Infinity Romper. So it was based on her instructions. And what she did, I'm gonna have to do this all carefully because otherwise both of my boobs will come out because it's like backless and stuff. So it is just these two really long bits of fabric. This is an upcycle from some LARPing gear. So they're just two really long bits of fabric that come up from the waistband at the front. It's like a waistband around the middle, and that goes all the way around, and then the skirt is attached to it, and it's gathered at the back, so there's like butt space. And then you can just tie it, and it's one of those like you can tie it however you want. You usually do some form of crossback, and then tie it around. You can have a little cap sleeve if you want. I generally do not want. But yeah, I made this in the summer, and it was quite a cute little day summer dress. I guess I could put a safety pin in that to enhance that. I usually just go for something like this. You can wear it a million ways and always wear it the same way. It's quite a cute like day dress, and it's quite good for like a lunch date sort of feeling. So something that's a little bit dressier, but also not so dressy that's an evening, or it could be like quite a casual end evening dress. But yeah, it's just cute little LBD, like no particular thing. You can tie it in a bow if you want to. You can have it have a little bit of a backlessness to it. But yeah. And then this little, and this is actually made of mohair. And it was a variegated yarn I got a while ago, so this is a crocheted one. I can't remember what pattern I used. But I did just notice I never put a button or any kind of closure on it. It's just a sit there one. And I feel like if I'd done that, it would have made it more wearable for me, because then I could wear it and move around. So that might be something that I update with it, because I haven't worn it very much. It did sit on the back of that office chair, and it still didn't get worn very much. Also, it sheds like anything, so all over this black clothing and the black clothing I often wear, yes, very sheddy and fuzzy, but I think it does look quite cute. It kind of goes with that Shrugs vibe that I've been doing. So I think if I just pop a little button on that, this would be a really cute little autumn piece, and it looks a little bit cheesecakey shortbread, uber cutes, which isn't really my style, but. With this dress, but I think with like a long sleeve top and some jeans, it would look a lot less like uber cutesy. But yeah, it kind of looks a bit Christmassy, I guess. But yeah, bonus outfit. I'll be back tomorrow. Good morning. So Friday morning, I have my day of classes, and I shall be wearing this little number. The blouse underneath worked. I wasn't sure it would, but yeah, I think it kind of looks fine with the cravat. It's not the ideal. I would like something with the collar so I could hide the back and edges and things, but it's fine. And the shoulders are quite wide. I left them quite wide on this when I took the sleeves off, and didn't try and bring them in. So I actually got a little cap sleeve, which the waistcoat just enhances. The sports bra is what I expected it to be, which is nips and a bit sort of for coverage. So it's like if one's nips are here, it kind of comes to here. So it's not great for any extended movements because you would be popping out, which is a shame because that's what I made it for. But it covers fine enough under clothes, and considering all I'm planning on doing today is being in class and then maybe taking the dog for a walk. Jacket too. I mean, I can see every flaw in this outfit, but it did. I think it has worked. My quirky. Yeah, I don't really bother doing the jacket up because I'm going to be sat all day, so. On the feet, I've run out of socks, so they are new. So I'm going to wear slippers because I'm not going out. And while these are like purchased slippers, I didn't make these. I did this year because I've been wearing them so much. Have a go at relining them. So that's not the original lining that was in there. I got some polar fleece that I had left over, and sort of pieced little bits together and cut out some little shapes, and so I've got some relined ones. So we are getting to the realm of I modified a little bit, as opposed to things that I completely made from scratch. But I figured since the alternative was just something I bought that I that had like no hand in making or modifying, that was the way to go. So slippers that I lined, a shirt that I cut the collar off and tailored a little bit, some pants that I added some lace to, and a bra that I made completely from scratch, and a suit that I made completely from scratch. So yeah, not a bad outfit. Again, I don't think I'm going to do anything exciting else today to like pop back in again. So I'm going to assume nothing else is going to happen. I'll probably end up just seeing you this evening. Alright, laters. Bonus content. About to take the dog for a walk, and she is wearing a coat that I made her. So a little high vis, and it's fleece lined, and it's got a bike light in it. She's very sleepy. So this is her outfit. Okay, so it's Friday night, and this is Saturday's outfit. It's laid out ready. So Saturday's outfit is a look I'm going to call I'm here for the cult meeting, and so I'm going to have my cheat leggings, which will be going with this skirt, which is actually the easiest if I show you this now rather than when it's on. It's actually a devil's trap from Supernatural. It's one of the earlier things I made in lockdown, and it's still winter time. So that is the devil's trap skirt. It's made of fleece and is very inappropriately short, so it needs the leggings with it because otherwise my bum is going to be out all day. I'll be matching that with my pentagram top. So this is a top which actually kind of seems to go well for work. It doesn't look too pentagrammy around the top, but that's what the neck part is. So this is kind of a stretchy t-shirt fabric. This is a stretch fabric I got from the scrap store, and it is long sleeve. So that is a pattern which I modified to add the star detail to it, and that is the Annika Victoria tutorial on how to make your own long sleeve top. So I just copied that to make the sleeve and the front and the back pattern, and then I just cut it into a v-neck and then added the stripes, but just by laying them over and then cutting them to the right length and sewing them. The whole look is topped with this velvet sort of hoodie thing. So the sleeves are tight, it's got a high-low bottom to it, so the front comes to just above the knee and then the back comes to like mid-calf. And then it's got a cowl neck, which is supposed to be a hood, very much like the grey dress that I wore on Tuesday. And it's got pockets, which is neat. And the pockets aren't wonderfully done. The cowl hood doesn't work super well, but progress. I made that one maybe like more than a year ago, I think. And when I was showing my partner today my sports bra, they were like, I haven't seen that before. And I went, yeah, well, the matching shorts were... Wait, I made matching shorts. So I dug back in the cupboard and found these shorts that I'd made, which I made as like pole hot pants, and they work well for that. But they are made from a pants pattern, so I think I'm going to wear them tomorrow as my knickers. I'll see how comfortable they are. But yeah, that means I don't have to cheat by wearing regular knickers, because I can just wear these, so that's cool. I am, however, going to cheat by wearing a bra. I thought I probably could just go braless, but I just want to have my nipples covered one day. One day this week. I want to be able to look and not see my nips poking through. So yeah. So that's tomorrow's outfit, and I will show that on sometime during the day. I'm not going out, so it's probably just going to be a crafting situation, unless I need to go out to the shops or anything. Okay, catch you later. Hey everyone, so this is Saturday's outfit on. I'm here for the cult meeting. So, as a point of personal pride, I've decided to not use my cheap bra and just go braless. And actually, I put it on and it looks fine. So, I reckon that's going to be all right. So I've got my pentagram long sleeve top, kind of based off the Annika Victoria pattern, and then modified for this. There's one called like Starstruck or something like that. So I just kind of copied the idea, but I didn't copy the pattern. And the circle skirt with the pentagram on it, and it's on an elasticated waist. I messed up a little bit when doing the measurements, or they weren't very clear. So this is scandalously short to the point I'm not going to turn around. So as a point of personal pride, I'm going to try and not use my cheat item of leggings. Today, I spent the whole morning naked because I was dyeing my hair, so I figure I can hang out with like my legs out and kind of my butt out a little bit for just being in my house. That's probably fine. If I go out, I'll probably pop them on. And then I've got the little shorts wearing as knickers, which work fine. They're a little bit tight. I've got a little bit bigger in lockdown from a lack of exercise, but that appears to be fine. They were okay. They're okay when they're on, but like pulling them on was a bit of a action. So I'll show you as well the hoodie situation. Use this in some witchy dress up actually this Halloween. And it's quite nice, especially with like trousers, because it can kind of cover a skirt a little bit too much, I think, especially when it's scandalously short. So I can turn around now. So that's the kind of long back on it and the short front. These are the pockets. They're quite poorly done because the fabric's quite thin. I can't really put too much in them, but there's like quite a lot of space in them. And then this is the cowl neck, which I think looks really nice as a cowl neck and sort of okay as a hood. Like, it's not ideal. I've been trying to do this sort of cowl hood thing for a while, and I tried it with the grey dress and it was a bit better, and I've tried it with this and this was my first attempt. And it's like okay, it sort of works, and if you do a little bit of a setback situation then it's not so bad, but yeah, it looks quite cute as a cowl neck, I think, and it's gothy and velvety. And then because I've washed my hair, I'm probably going to just take it down and pop a towel over my shoulders so it can dry properly rather than like not super curly, or like the middle of the bun wouldn't dry if I left it like this all day. So I'll probably have a towel over my shoulders. I'll probably whack this off because I'm really warm having just come out of the shower. But when my hair is a little bit just damp, in order to use this thing which I made, which I think I haven't worn yet, I will be ready for my cult in a different way. So this is just a little hooded cowl thing. It comes down quite far, just an idea of size, but one wouldn't wear it stretched. And I think this might be quite a nice way to keep my head warm with my slightly damp hair in these wintry times, especially when we hit the evening. The face hole is a bit tight, so it just sort of sits down like a cowl around your neck, should you want to, because 2 cowls is apparently the look I'm going for today. And then you can back it up over one's face and just have it as a little hood thingy, and it is so warm. Should I need to go out, this is a good look. This is also a good idea if you're dyeing your hair and it's processing and it still needs an hour, but then you suddenly realise you're out of milk, so you just want to shove something over the cling film and towel that you've got on your head. This would be like a great way to hide that. I've used beanies in the past. And also, should I need to go out, I'll be able to add to my cult look by, despite having carried it a lot, my hand satanizer pouch I have not actually used this week, so it's still on the shelf. So I can take my satanic hand sanitizer with a pentagram on it. It's the inverted cross and then the squiggly satanic cross as well. So I am ready for the cult meeting, and I've got my satanizer with me. I'll catch up with you later. Bye. Okay, it's Saturday night, and that means that we are down to our last outfit for tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be a day where I'm mostly at home because that's sort of life, but I'm also going to be exercising. So I have got a sports bra, this one which is the third of the two I was wearing sort of earlier in the week. It's got a braided back, which is quite fun, and it's also got these silver knitted leaves which I made, which I thought would look so much cuter. So that one looks not bad. That one's probably the best one, but they kind of all rolled up a little bit because I didn't sew them around the edge. So I think if I were to try and do something like that in the future, I'd have to sew them flat so that then they have the nice leafy shape, which I like. So sports bra, these are pole shorts. So usually when I do my workout, because Max is in my support bubble, so we'll be doing acro yoga. Usually what I do is wear leggings, but I have made these pole shorts and I haven't made any leggings, so I will be wearing these. And I will also be doubling up wearing these as pants, because then I will get through the whole week with no cheat pants, so it will only be ones I've made. And also I found these in my wardrobe, which are a pair of lightly upcycled leg warmers. They were socks and I just cut the feet off, so there's nothing more complex going on there. It's sort of just a thing, but it is a thing that I made/modified. I don't know whether I can say I significantly upcycled it, but you know, I changed it up a bit. So that's the kind of workout clothes, and then over top of those I should be wearing what I call business casual, except we're in hell. So I've got this skirt, which I usually wear, it's crocheted, and I usually wear it with leggings because while it is like really covering, the construction is that you make a grid and then you put shells over it. So it's like a open mesh, and then it's got these rows and rows and rows of shells, almost like scales or whatever. And so if you lift them, you get a lot of visibility through into that mesh. So if you wear it with leggings, then if you get any lift or any of them like pop up, it's not bad because you'll just have like the black fabric or whatever. I'm not going to wear it with leggings. I was originally thinking I would, but because I'm not going into work or anything like that where it's a problem if anyone sees my legs or my butt or whatever, it's just going to be my house with my partner and Max has seen me in pole shorts and stuff before. That's not an issue. It's got a little waistband on it as well, which I made to keep it tight because knitted stuff doesn't say super tight. It's crocheted, so knit crochet stuff doesn't say super tight. So that's going to be on the bottom. On the top, it shall be wearing this lovely knitted sleeveless jumper, and I am so loving this. I'm so happy with how it came out. It's a dress pattern for a mod dress, so it should come to like here, and then I just took it from a little bit below the waist, so that's the thin part of the waist, so I give it a little bit more to be the hip, and then there. It does run a little bit short, not like a crop top, but like ideally I think I would have wanted it just down to there, just maybe another 4 rows on it, because it kind of rides up a little bit, and if I wear a black camisole under it, that covers it nice and easy. Yeah, it comes down fine, but then like if I put my arms up and then down, then it'll kind of pop up. The pattern is one that I kind of made up myself, somewhat copying them from Vili Valo's really cool sleeve tattoo. And also I'm using this pattern to make the dress as well. So I thought this circle-y shape would look really cool, and I think it does. I think it's kind of got a bit of a dragon-y, tribal-y feel. So I made it as an individual thing, but I'm also making it as a bigger piece, which has got some more complexity and more stuff into it, and I'm about up to like there with it, so it's got like a skirt attached, and then I'm doing the rest of it. And then I also added the higher collar line on it. I would have kept going with this, but 1, I was bored of knitting it, and 2, my knitting needle was falling apart. Because it's a circular needle, so it was done in a tube, and the little the circle bit was popping off the end, so I was in danger of losing all my stitches. Over top of that, I shall be wearing this green, somewhat business jacket. This is actually the same pattern as the suit jacket I was wearing on Friday. This is the original one I made, but it sort of looked so nice that I just hemmed it put the buttons on it and thought, oh, I could just wear it as a jacket. It's a little bit tight on the fit, so that's something that I changed when I did the striped jacket, but it actually looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. It's not lined, but it's got these lapel pieces which are sort of lined in the front, so it kind of gives you enough if you've got a little bit of a like collar fold back. It's not great if you stand there like holding the jacket out sideways with your arms, but if you've just got like a little bit sort of showing, you're unlikely to flash the raw edges on the inside. So that will be going over top of that. And I also will be using this hat, which is the only thing that I've done any construction on this week. I was thinking when it kind of started the week of like, I could make a few more pairs of pants. They don't take very long. And I could be making them on Monday to wear on like Friday and stuff. But I thought, no, that doesn't really feel like it's super in the spirit of it, unless I was already working on something. But this hat is one that I hadn't really worn. It's a knitted hat, and it didn't have any particular structure to it. I wanted it to look like this, and I thought because it was kind of fluffy that it might have some animal fibres in it, so I washed it in the hopes that it would felt and I'd be able to like pull it and felt it and stuff. That was not the case, so I ended up with just this floppy knitted hat, which was a look. It kind of looks like those floppy felt hats, like one of the guys from Steven Seagal's wears one. So it's not the worst thing, but it's not what I wanted. So it's kind of just been sat to one side, and I pulled it out for this challenge. And then when I was wearing it in the mirror, trying to work out if I was going to add it into any outfits, I thought, well, actually, it does look all right if I pull the brim up. So let's find a way to do that. So I actually added some coat hanger to it this week. So it's all wired out. And I added this layer of fabric. So it's got some red. This is upholstery fabric. Honestly, I was kind of hoping that the upholstery fabric would do it. Oh, it still has a pin in it. That's how you know you made it yourself, because there's a pin in it somewhere. Let's take that out. So I added this red upholstery fabric, and I was kind of hoping that that would be enough to make it strong enough, but it wasn't. So I added in some coat hanger wire, and then I've stitched around the edge, and I've stitched around the edge of this side as well. I've just cut this, but they go inside. I was thinking I'd stitch it, but then it sits in fine, and no one really ever sees the inside of the hat when your head's in it, so I figured it was okay to leave it. So that is what I'm going to be topping my outfit with. I told my partner I was going to be wearing it on Sunday, and they went, have you run out of clothes and that's all you're wearing? So thankfully, no, that's not been the case, but yeah. That is Sunday's outfit, and that's the final outfit. So I'll do a little wrap-up video tomorrow and show you the clothes on, and then that'll be it, and I'll have to upload this mess. Bye. Okay, last day's outfit. So I've got the last sports bra, which is the biggest, so I thought that'd be best for exercise so I could move around without actually having a nip slip. Got the pole shorts, which are doubling up as pants, and these are the upcycle from a pair of boxers. I've got the leg warmers, which is just a pair of socks that I cut the feet off. I've also got these harnesses, which I made from scratch, because I'd completely forgotten about them. And I think I saw online somewhere how to make them, and so I made them. They're literally just bits of elastic with some key rings in them. So I've got like a chest one, which is like an open boob bra, and a like thigh decorator thingy. It's a very like quirky fashion trend from a few years ago thing, plus a bit of a pole dancer thing, so you kind of enhance your outfit in weird ways because you need to have lots of skin available to like grip the pole. It's not the case for acro, but I thought may as well. And we've got this skirt to go over top. That's what that looks like on, and obviously it's got that slight nudity issue, but not really an issue for me today. This jumper, which I really, really like. And this jacket, which was a mock-up that worked a bit better than expected. It's a bit tight, but not an issue. So I think I'm going to leave it open, but it does do up and it looks like nice enough done up. And then I'm going to top the whole look off with the hat. So this is the last outfit. It's got a little bit of a hodgepodge situation going on. I don't think I'd ever put this together, but it's pretty much what I've got left. That covers different parts of my body. So I guess I'll be filming a wrap up and maybe getting into some clips of acro yoga because that's fun. See you later one more time. Yay! Hello! We have made it to the end of the week, so this is my final wrap up just to talk about how it's been and what we've learned. So Annika did this for the stated reasons of wanting to know what her wardrobe was missing and also trying to understand a bit more what she wanted to wear. I actually really like having a massive wardrobe, so the pieces that I'm missing isn't something that I was quite as worried about. I think it's maybe highlighted some of the things I haven't made as much, so if I wanted to increase my skills as a sewer, then I can kind of see where the gaps are, particularly things like trousers. And I've made a lot less tops than I felt like I would have made. But yeah, I don't really feel the need to only wear clothes that I've made myself. I really like just having loads of clothes and making things that don't exist or are really expensive. The other thing as well is that this was not a representative week of my normal life. It's 2020, we're in the middle of a pandemic, a lockdown. Normally I'd be going out to gigs and I'd be going to see people and I'd need to be wearing clothes that were appropriate to leave the house many more days, so I don't think I could have done this challenge in 2019 or even 2020 if we hadn't been inside all week and all of the lockdown was ending. I was doing my kind of normal life stuff because I need things that are really practical and things that are much more versatile and things with massive pockets all over them, which some of the clothes do, some of them don't. But where you don't have a safe place to keep your handbag, having a big pocket in the workplace in a pair of black jeans that you can then also wear to a gig because you don't have a safe place in a mosh pit to put your handbag down, and you have to pay for a cloakroom if you want that. So yeah, haven't learnt those things, but what I have learnt is how many clothes that you wear normally. Because normally when I'm not as conscious of it, I'll rewear clothes. So I'll wear the same bra for 3 or 4 days, I'll wear the same pair of jeans for a week, and maybe wear 2 or 3 t-shirts, and that'll be like a whole week's worth of clothing plus some socks and underwear. But like when we've been at home and things as well, I've not been going out and sweating or getting muddy or anything. The same pair of socks for a couple of days. It's not as like much. So I suppose from like a ethical and fashion like conscious point of view, from that way, it's important to maybe think about how much effort goes into making an outfit and how many little pieces there are from both like a labour point of view but also from a design point of view. So I guess I've got a bit of an appreciation for that. And like I had this whole thing covered in clothes at the start of it, and I've got like 3 or 4 things left, and I was not expecting that. So with the exception of Thursday where I changed my outfit, I only have a week's worth of clothes that I've made myself, which I still think is quite impressive, but also was not what I expected. I think I did really well. I only used a couple of cheat items. So I wore a pair of tights one day and I wore a pair of leggings one day, but I didn't wear my cheat bra. I didn't wear any cheat socks, and I managed to not wear any cheat pants either. So I'm quite impressed with myself for that. It has involved a couple of days of being barefoot, so I don't know that I've really overcome it through some creativity, but I have. I've managed it anyway, despite a small amount of discomfort and sitting with a blanket on my feet. So I thought I'd show some of the items which I'd pulled out, which I wasn't able to wear, just because then it satisfies me to do so. So this is one of the masks I made. It's a bit intense. And it's lined with a t-shirt. It's a crochet mask like the red one that I made, and it's got aluminium tin cans on it. I have these satin bloomers, which I made, which go really nice. I wore them with the blue corset that I had from Monday, so that's an option. I've got this shrug, which is made of sari silk yarn, which my friend gave me because she'd never used it for anything, so I made this. It's kind of two-tone, pink and green, because I intended it, not because I ran out of yarn. And it's quite nice because when you wear it, it kind of comes down to like bicep-y length. So when you wear it like this, then it looks like it's pink completely because the green bit's quite hidden, so from the front. So you just kind of get that pink down the sides. And then you can also wear it the other way up and then it looks purely green because it's a half and half. So quite nice. Didn't get to wear it. If I'd worn another like sleeveless dress, then it would have gone with it. A couple of pairs of shorts. So this is a significant upcycle. I bought a pair of leather trousers ages and ages and ages ago, and I wanted some leather hot pants, so I cut them into shorts. Like pulled the waistband down, pulled the crotch bit up, cut them far too short because that's what you always do, and added a little button and sort of flappy situation there. I actually made these when I was 17, and I found them in a bag in the cupboard, and I put them on like last year. And they fit better than I did when I was 17 because then I wasn't doing that much exercise, and now I've been doing loads of like workouts and stuff, so it fits like a muscular butt and a flat stomach a little bit better than sort of what I had before, which was skinnier but also less muscular. So that was exciting. These, which are upcycled, I think this is also Annika Victoria inspired, the like lace and with the garters attached to them. I didn't attach the garters, but so these are just a pair of bought shorts, and then I brought them in up around the sides and up the top because they weren't very fitted, so now they are very fitted, and then also added the lace to them, so that's an upcycle. These shorts I made from scratch for Rocky Horror Picture Show. They can be Columbia's, they are sparkly, looks great on camera. They are just a top, I think, of a dress that I added the stripes to and then like sewed in the middle to make it like a little crotch bit, so the back is just stretchy. So yeah, I think this was an Empire line, and I just turned it up the other way and pulled it down a little bit. So there are those. I didn't find any practical use for shorts. I think also because I was doing this in the winter, so I probably would have worn a lot less clothing if I was doing this in the middle of the summer. This cowl scarf, which I don't really like. I knitted it on Sharpies while wearing plastic gloves, in the hopes that it would make some cool look, but it did not. It just kind of looks white and stained. So, yep. And then this other thing, which also didn't work super well, which is a big felty mohair like shoulder wrap thingy. I wore it the other week and it was fine and it looks okay, but it doesn't look like the thing that I wanted it to look like, which I was trying to copy online. The gradients didn't smooth out, so it just looks blocky, which is what it is. And that's it. And also that's not it. So one of the things that I realised is because I've been making clothes for so long, I forget what I've made. So there are a couple more costumey pieces which I purposefully didn't pull out because I was like, I don't think there's going to be a point where I want like a tie-on peacock skirt or a thigh holster that'll hold a thermos and some tea bags. Even just like looking down when I was setting the camera up, I noticed in one of the performing boxes I've got this little leather choker that I made. I found some jewellery that I made last week and considered adding that as part of it. But yeah, I've realised how much stuff that I've made and how much I forget that I've made. So that's been quite a nice little lesson to take away. Also, one of the things that's been really, really nice is if I've taken off something and it's not dirty enough to need to go anywhere other than kind of in a cupboard, I've been able to just put things back where they were before the challenge. So the big scarf is the first time I noticed it, that big triangle wing scarf. I wear it all the time. And it's nice to know that it's not just a wardrobe that I have that's my own clothes. They're just kind of integrated into my life. And that's a really nice thing, I think, because it really shows that they are wearable and usable, and that, you know, the time I spent making them was worth it because I'm now getting the benefit from that. So like yeah, as I took things off or out of pockets and that sort of thing, they went back to where they were before. The mask went back to the little space on the mantelpiece where I'm keeping that. The scarf went back onto the shelf and things. So I think there's something really nice about that, which I hadn't realised. So good job me, and good job past me. And yeah, good luck to anybody in the future that wants to do stuff. One of the other things that I kind of learnt this week was there were a couple of days where I felt quite self-conscious about going out in something, and I mentioned it on Monday for having been at Tesco's, but I actually was totally fine. So yeah, people care a lot less than you think. And there were times where I was like, oh, I'm wearing something really awkward, and people pointed it out, but they pointed it out to say how much they liked it. I was like, oh, that dress you're wearing is amazing, or oh, I love that top, and like, oh yeah, I'm doing a challenge this week where I wear clothes that I've only made myself, and people are like, oh, that's so cool. So it's not just this is a quirky thing and I'm humouring you or anything, but yeah, wear stuff that you've made, and wear stuff that makes you happy, and wear stuff that you feel a bit self-conscious about, like silly hats, if you if you think that that's going to be something that you want to do. One of the really nice things I did was I did my roots this week, because I realised there is nowhere in my life that minds that I have blue hair and a face full of piercings, despite that not being the case in the past. So that's been really nice. And that's moving through professional circuits as a young professional, and it's not just, well, I'm at uni, so that's whatever. It's working in the NHS, and I'm working into hospital trusts, and I'm seeing patients and patient facing, and I'm, yeah, no one gives a crap, which is great. I've been into committee meetings with the professional society that I'm part of, and no one cares, and I've led on them, and that's been the case for a couple of years, and no one's ever cared. And yeah, that's something really nice to take away, that maybe I'm changing and maybe the whole world's changing to become a little bit more inclusive, that sort of thing. Anyway, I'm sure this video is hideously edited and 17 hours long by now, so I'm going to stop talking. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed coming and seeing this journey, and eating my own beautifully new blue dyed hair. Good luck in your own challenges, and thank you to Annika Victoria for not only creating this idea and creating a video and paving the way, but also for all of the lovely tutorials that I followed of yours, and for that tiny little encouraging comment that you put when I posted on your video a couple of weeks ago. So thanks for that. Okay, good luck and happy crafting!